everyone. Welcome back to Spitballin' Sports. What's up, Scott? That's all right.
Scott, buddy, how are you, man?
I'm all right. I feel better. Last week, it's my fault. We didn't have a show last week. I'll tell you,
That's okay.
Yeah, the kidney stones got me. They got me good.
That's rough, man.
It was left over from COVID, and not because of COVID. I don't know. I'm not saying that. It was just that it was in that time frame. It was like 2020, I believe, when I first got them. Now I think I have them for life. I don't think they ever go away.
My buddy hasn't gotten him. I was actually just asked him the other day when I asked him. He hasn't had the issue in a long time. Like I told you, I think his was more dietary.
Right.
What's up, Chris? I think his was more dietary, and once he started like eating better,
right.
He's just lost an enormous amount of weight, dude. He did the whole Russell Okung thing.
Oh, good for him.
Not just like Russell, but this is a guy who I don't believe. He's not a dude who diets, man. Like he's never ever diet isn't a word he follows. He's not a real heavy guy, but he got a gut. Dude, every other day he told me he does this water fasting. Dude, his whole gut's gone in a month. Like, dude, he's as thin as me. He's never been as thin as me. He's always had a big gut.
And what does he do? Just water?
I said, what is it you're doing, man? Yeah. Like, because you're not, he doesn't get on the internet. He ain't a guy Googling how to lose weight. He's not that guy.
Right.
Surprised he even get on the internet, to be honest. But, no, he just told me, he said, some guy he was working with does it. So he started doing it. He tried it because he wanted to lose his gut. And he just drinks water for 24 hours. He'll take like one of those supplements, like green vegetables.
Okay.
Powder supplement they got out there, the super greens or something like that.
Right.
And then the next day he goes on normal day. He doesn't diet.
Oh wow.
And he was just eating like shit when I talked to him the other day. Last night I was at a party with him. He's down in burgers and everything else. And I was like, he's like, yeah, dude, I do it every other day. He goes, tomorrow I'll just drink water all day.
Wow, that's interesting.
I'm like, wow, that worked. Like, dude, he lost it all. His gut's gone. I was pretty impressed. And he ain't doing sit-ups, dude. You know?
Yeah. Well, water, man. Water is important. And that's something I never realized. I don't drink enough, and I think I'm probably dehydrated half the time.
Soon going to be we'll never see it, but it's going to be the gold of the future.
Yeah. All right, real quick. We're part of this now, the Let's Talk Sports podcast network. And thanks, guys. It's their 3-year anniversary today. And
that's awesome.
They have picked us up, and what they do is they just share us all around. So it's kind of cool. And if you go to Let's Talk Sports, let's say on Facebook, even on Twitter, you can see all their shows, including this one. So it's really cool. Let's start out with one of the biggest stories I thought of the week. One of them. And this is something I want to ask you about because we do it on this show a lot. I mean, that's especially when there's a lot going on. The NFL and betting. Now, another 2 players, I believe, got hit for 6-game suspensions.
Yep.
Tell me, what do you think of it? Is this the only sport that cares about it? Because I feel like not many other you know what I mean? No NHL, no NBA. You don't see it. NFL's the only one.
I don't know if it's just that they just think they're going to get away with it. I mean, I don't know what it could possibly be. The dude from the Patriots bet on his own team to win. Right? That's what he bet on. Now, it hasn't come out yet, and it probably won't, but that one dude on Indianapolis, he bet an over-under on the rushing yards for the running back.
Oh, geez.
That's a big fucking deal right there, buddy.
Yes.
That's a big deal.
If they were betting other sports, I have a hard time with that. But when you're betting,
some of them were betting other sports. I know a couple of them bet other sports. They did it in the building. It's connected to the Wi-Fi in the building, and whatever they use, it reports. It's already all set up, and immediately these guys can't do jack shit under people's. Well, Calvin Ridley did it under his cousin's name or something like that. And he still got caught.
Right.
He must have bet on it while he was in the building or something. I don't know.
If they're outside of that building, I don't. As long as they're not betting football, I don't think I have a problem with it. What about you?
I don't understand what the deal is. Dude, you're putting the Super Bowl in Las Vegas.
Yeah, right.
The hypocrisy is ridiculous with it. I get it. Don't bet on football. That's all you have to do. That's it. It's easy as that. That's all it comes down to. You just can't bet on NFL sports.
NFL. Like college football, why not? You should be able.
Why not? They don't. I mean, they might. Well, because they might still have ends with coaches. I get it.
Okay, so maybe not
You're
football.
still got insider information probably because you're going to know players who are still there.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. It's I think it's a zero-sum game with that. I think.
I know.
Unfortunately, because now that I'm thinking about it, they all know each other.
Right.
Or if they don't, they know somebody that knows somebody else, or knows somebody that plays on the Wizards, or knows somebody that plays on the Suns, or you know what I mean? Right. So I guess I kind of get it because they all have insider information. Because do you think that fucking guy wouldn't call him up as one of his? Yo, dude, what's Draymond looking like at practice, dude? Do you think I know his ankle's hurting him, dude? Is he playing? I mean, maybe not straight up asking him, but I don't know. I don't think it's a good thing.
And it's funny too because this will go back and not about Hall of Fame shit, but Pete Rose. Everyone tried to say he didn't bet on baseball, or he said that. There's no doubt he bet on baseball. I mean, come on. When you're a degenerate gambler, you're gonna do whatever you can do to get off. To whatever. If you're down $60,000 to the mafia, you're probably gonna bet baseball.
Pete Rose was doing it during a different time. Definitely. I'm sure he owed somebody some money.
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely. Oh, yeah. So this betting, I get it, though. You made a good point there. These guys all know each other. But it's funny. The basketball players don't get – you don't hear much from the NBA. You don't hear anything from Major League Baseball or the NHL. Those guys are betting. Like, it just seems like the NFL is really watching.
You know why?
Closer.
Home ec to get your degree. Some of them aren't the brightest that come into the league.
Right.
I'm going to say – I'm going to say that's probably more along the lines of what it is. That and the way that they, I don't know, the type of person, their personality, I guess. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. If they're risk-taking type individuals, they're going to take risks because they're always going to think they're smarter. That's really what that comes down to.
Yeah.
Because they obviously bet in a way that they didn't think they were going to get caught. So they all thought they were smarter than the NFL. The NFL's got a lot of money, dude. You're not going to win.
Betting on yourself and betting on rushing yards, that is trouble. I think they should get suspended more than 6 games.
I saw supposedly the guy from the Colts was betting like $1,000 bets. He wasn't betting like peanuts. He was betting like $1,000.
Crazy. Yeah, that's nuts. Robin's here. Hi, Robin.
Hi. It's a shame to me because it ruins so much. Like, I mean, and I know it's not Major League Baseball, it's the Hall of Fame, but with Pete Rose, I mean, now you've got the all-time hits leader not in the Hall of Fame. I mean, how does it just doesn't make any sense. And it's all because of the way this has infiltrated the games.
Well, it's even worse now. I mean, like you said, it's a different time. Now it's everywhere. It's on the field. DraftKings is in the octagon. I mean, it's right there. It's every single place. I find it hard. I don't know. This is their own.
It's of their own doing, dude. When you dance with the devil, don't be surprised.
Yeah, because I don't know. You're
right. They wanted money. They wanted the money, right? It's all about his greed of wanting that money. They didn't have to make this deal with these places. They didn't have to do that.
No, every single one of them.
Because
at first, remember, it starts out being. It started out just being fantasy football, daily fantasy football, fantasy sports daily. I mean, now we're in just straight out. I don't even know if you need a bookie anymore, really.
I mean, dude, you could just straight up bet on offshore site. That's what I usually did.
Right.
If I'm betting money, I'm betting on an offshore account because I don't want to get hit with taxes. But I don't have to worry about that because I lose all the time.
Yeah.
So I really have to worry about that part of it. But they kind of cover up the way they pay you, I guess I would say. They get inventive.
But Robin, NFL player betting on over-under rushing yards that he's going to be involved in is unbelievable. You can't do it. You just can't. You can't do this.
I
mean, you saw that guy in practice every day.
Yeah,
you saw him in practice every day. You knew if he lost a step because he's hurt. Yeah, I mean, there's just so much there. I mean, other than you running the ball and slowing up yourself, that's the next best thing, is being right next to the guy and watching him practice.
People already question the integrity of the game.
Every game.
Yeah. And I think when you allow stuff like that to happen, it just further, question.
It erodes the trust.
You got people out there saying that NFL's scripted. I
Yeah.
see a whole thing on Twitter. I mean, a lot of people, not just a couple.
People are there's a lot of stupid people out there. Let's just be honest. There is way more stupid people out there than there are intelligent people out there.
I agree. Yeah,
So,
some of the dumb, and then some of the players play into it. That's the other thing that's amazing. Like some
they
of the
love it, dude. They all do it on purpose.
older play. Oh my God. Anyways, I got a sad story though, real fast. Before we get into the meat of the Ryan Mallett died. You see that at 34 years old?
What happened?
Drowned. He drowned. He was in, where was it, Robin? Where was he?
He was in the Gulf of Mexico
with tourists, like friends, whatever.
Yeah, he was before they notified his next of kin, they just identified him as a tourist.
Yeah, they didn't know who he was, for sure. But we don't know the circumstances, as to what or why.
This is the one where I heard he got caught in a riptide. That's what it was. He got caught in a riptide, man.
Yep, yeah, well, they said there was a group of people out there.
Were they on a boat, or were they just out swimming?
No, they were out swimming. There was a group of them out there.
They got dragged under.
And they started struggling, and the lifeguards went out, and he went under, and by the time they got to him, he wasn't breathing.
34 years old.
Bad, man. That's terrible.
Yep, 34 years old, Ryan Mallett, who, what would you say? His career...
He's an average. He's a career backup for the most part, right?
Yeah.
With the Patriots for a while, and I don't know where else he moved on to, but...
And I think he even played a little USFL or that stuff. I feel like I saw him there, all that. Too bad. 34 years old. Way too young.
Shame, man.
Let's keep on going in the NFL. We got a lot of NFL news. You know what? I want to wait for the Bills stuff a little bit. Jordan Love will go to. Colin Kaepernick's trying to come back. You see that? This is year 6 being removed. Listen to his quote. He says, Nick Mullins and Stidham being backups. And the Raiders gave me a tryout and said no. And he, kind of chuckles at that. Man, I don't know what to say.
Wait a second. The Raiders gave him a tryout?
Yeah.
And said no? When was this?
It must have been last year, I think.
I thought last year that whole thing went through. That was like 2019 when he had that tryout set up for the NFL. And then like 2.5 hours before he was supposed to do it, he wouldn't sign that liability waiver or whatever that they wanted him to sign. And it just shit out after that. Like he ruined it. That was his last chance. Done. I'm surprised he got a tryout.
Yeah. And he said to everyone that he was whatever. At this point.
That's run its course, man.
6 years removed. I mean.
Yeah. Nobody's picking you up, dude.
No.
Nobody's gonna sign you. You're not better than a young guy that's just coming out of college right now. Sorry about it.
Yeah, and and I think I also think in a way we're well past the point of people being mad about it anymore. Even like I think it'd be very easy to have him on.
And now he's starting to become annoying.
Yes.
Because it's the same thing every year with him. Dude,
yeah.
I was with you till you blew that with the liability waiver. Don't know what was on it, but you would have signed it if it meant that much to you.
Right. Yeah.
I don't get it. Make up probably the money you're going to make in the NFL is going to make up for it. Plus, you don't need the money now anyway. So you made your point. Here's your opportunity, and you just completely blew it and made it so no one's going to probably ever give you an opportunity again, and they really didn't, other than this Raiders thing that I didn't even hear about. But
yeah, Nick Mullins and I can't remember Stidham's first name. Those were the two quarterbacks. Jarrett Stidham were the two backups that he couldn't beat out. And he was.
No, the quarterbacks always think they're better than everybody else. So even if he shit the bed and I'm sure he thinks he's better than them.
Well, that's like Cam Newton. He's not going to be anywhere. Why would you want him anywhere near your team?
Right.
He is a cancer, that guy, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, you wouldn't want him anywhere nearby. I mean, and how could you have him back up? He's just like they're talking about. Let's go to Jordan Love real fast. They're talking about Teddy Bridgewater coming to back up Jordan Love. What do you think of Love this year?
Christ, does he still play?
Yeah.
Does Teddy Bridgewater still play?
Yeah.
Does he come out on one leg and a crutch?
I know.
At this point, I mean, that guy's gotten beaten up quite a bit. I'm honestly surprised he's still playing. I'm starting to wonder, with all the players coming out in Green Bay saying how good he's doing, it almost starting to feel fake.
Mm-hmm.
I was good with a couple, not heard it too much. It's like, let the dude do his thing, man. Like, you guys are doing it all over again, and you're putting all this pressure on this guy all over again.
Yeah.
Seriously, I mean, he had the pressure when he was drafted. And
Yeah.
he sits for what, 5 years? Jesus Christ. How long has he been sitting for? 4 years? Is it 4 or
years.
5?
Yeah, 'cause he's
4.
24 now. So probably about 4 years.
He hasn't bitched once.
No, and I
give
guess
this
he's
guy a lot of credit.
I give Aaron Rodgers a lot of credit. He says that Rodgers was good to him and always prepared him to be a starter. So
Now, I heard this offseason, he was like, dude, I want a starter, trade me.
Sure.
And I'm sure he probably did say that. He had every right to.
Yes.
Because Aaron was pulling that whole Brett Favre bullshit. I mean, literally almost did the exact same type of thing. Like, wow, after not saying he wouldn't do it, did the exact same thing.
Yeah. He's just a play. He plays
for the sake of trolling. He loves to troll people, man.
Mhm.
They have fun, dude.
Basically.
For New York, buddy.
I was impressed. I was happy to hear that Rodgers, not happy, care less, but Rodgers was good to love. He didn't do the things that Favre did to him.
Sure. I'm sure he's probably a decent guy on the team. He just doesn't like to talk to the media.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, no, he does not. So now Jordan Love's going to he's still got a good running game there, right? I mean, he's still
got a good defense.
Yeah. And he's got some young defense.
I don't know what happened last year, but
young wide receivers, Watson, Dobbs.
It's a young team, man. Yeah. I mean, it's a young team. It's honestly exactly where you kind of want to be, except you want Jordan Love to have 3 years off that contract at the time when this was happening, you know?
Definitely. So you figure, why am I drawing a blank? Running backs. What? Green Bay. I just look. Aaron
Jones.
Aaron Jones.
Jones still there, and what you call it? Are they both still there?
The guy from Boston College. I can't remember his name now, top of my head. His backup.
That's not telling me nothing.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't watch him every week, so I don't remember.
He's awfully good. I mean, I don't know why it just slips my mind. It's the old mind.
I don't know why mine is slipping my mind either.
It's Aaron. Yeah, because you had. Yeah, find his name for me. It drive me nuts. I don't know. So Jordan
AJ Dillon.
Yes.
Right.
So you got them. He can lean on them. Hopefully, LaFleur has changed things up according to what I read. You know that he's different offense now, different things.
You kind of have to, right?
Yeah, try to shield him a little bit, protect him. You got to protect him a little because this is it. I mean, this is his first time.
This is a tryout for this guy.
He's 24 years old, though. I mean, that's a good thing. He's not coming in as right off when they try to jam a first-year guy in. So he's got a lot of maturity in him, and he did learn.
He's honestly in a really good situation if you think about it.
I think he is, too.
If he's halfway decent, if they don't want him, he's going to go somewhere else. Let's put it in these words. He's going to be in a situation where he could just refuse and get franchise tag next year and then leave and go make however much he wants to elsewhere as long as he plays good.
Yeah, this is
a big year. This year. It's a big year for that guy. He's got a lot of pressure on him.
Everything on the line for him as far as his career because he'd be a backup in the league. It's not like he'd be out. But, This could really – there's so many teams that need a quarterback when you look.
He'd only be a backup because we have no idea what he can do.
Yeah. I can't.
That's the only reason he would be a backup.
Yep, this is going to be interesting this year. I hate the Packers, but it'll be fun to see what he's up to on how he. I wonder does he run I don't even know how he plays. Does he run? Is he one of those type of guys? Is he not? I really don't know
anything. He's coming in a perfect situation, dude. Yeah. Think about that. They have no answer for him because they've never really seen him play other than in college.
I also think what else I think is good.
Or one or two games, I guess, right?
I think him coming in. It's different than when whoever the quarterback was when the first quarterback after Brady, the first quarterback after John Elway. I think this situation is a little better for him because of the way Aaron Rodgers did it. Being the way Rodgers was jerking him around, I kind of think, you know what I mean? Love doesn't come in with that, like he could never live. You don't have to live up to Rodgers is what I mean.
He shouldn't have to. I mean, it's going to happen with some people's eyes, but I really hope it works out for that kid because he got handed a shit sandwich and he didn't complain.
No, he didn't say a word. Never a word. Good for him. Let's get into it. Next week, and damn it, we're going to have a great guest next week. It's going to be a lot of fun. And she's from down in Florida, but a huge Bills fan. They got a ton of following. Jerry Ostrovsky, she does a podcast with him. So we'll double check with her, but she'll be on with us. It's going to be great. A lot of insight. But let's go to the Bills right now because we didn't have a chance last week to talk about it because of my kidney stones. Diggs, Allen, not Diggs, Allen. Allen's out of the picture. Diggs and McDermott. and the offensive coordinator, I think, are the main players in my eyes.
I agree. I don't know. Everybody's dragging Allen into it. I think it's got nothing to do with him.
I keep him out because it means nothing. He'll throw the ball to whoever you want him to throw it to. But Diggs, because here's the thing, and tell me if I'm wrong on this misconception. Diggs says I need to be more part of the offense. Okay, now this is where I think the people are taking wrong what he means. He had 149 targets, 107 catches, 1,400 yards, 11 touchdowns. You can't be any more involved unless you are the quarterback. He must mean in the playoffs.
Like, I don't know. More top heavy though. If you look at the season, as far as the season went, it was like the final 6 games of the season. I don't think he ever got 100 yards. He was having like 60 yards, 2 catch games. His whole part of being a part of the offense was gone. And I was like, what is going on? 1 week, okay, maybe game plan or something like that. But now 2 weeks, 3 weeks, like, dude, okay, you're telling me Josh can throw the ball. I'm seeing him throw it. Is it his arm? Then everybody was doing that thing. Is it his arm? Is it something else? Blah, blah, blah. It was like Diggs disappeared out of their game plan at the end of the season.
No, he
when they really kind of needed him the most. And I don't know what happened.
Allen hurt his thumb. Wasn't that the deal at one point last year?
His arm, remember?
It was his arm. And you got to go right to the offensive coordinator, I think, and ask him.
I'm going to say it was more that he was written out of the offense, kind of.
Weirdly.
I mean, you just look at the numbers.
That's
they don't lie.
You know, if I'm a Bills fan or a Bills anybody, it's inexcusable. Like, if that's the case.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, that if that's the case, like, let's say it's not because, I mean, how good? Diggs isn't losing a step. It isn't like all of a sudden he can't get open. So if that's the case, my gosh, someone's going to get fired before this year's over.
And if he came to them with anything like, hey, just they didn't want anything to do with it. What he had to say, I guess, his input as far as letting them know things or anything. I don't know. It's so vague. It's so hard to tell what they're really talking about. But that seems to me, that's what I think it's about. I said that's what it was about when it first happened. Everybody's like, oh, Josh Diggs. I'm like, Diggs has got zero issue. Josh Allen didn't do nothing to the guy.
Yeah, he's not the problem. Because
he's a good quarterback and he's getting all this. He's getting all this fame and shit now because he's popular. Sorry, dude. He's the quarterback. You should have started throwing the ball instead of running to catch it. It is what it is. You're paid. You're in France running around with tan hefty bag shoes or whatever you're doing over there with all that weird shit. So I know that's not. It can't be what it is.
It can't be. It's definitely, in my mind, I'm almost going to say definitely, and I don't know shit. I'm just sitting here. It appears to be an offensive scheme thing. It appears like it would be right directly at the coordinator. And then, of course,
I think he got loud, and I think he got loud with them there at the building, and it started getting. He probably started. He's a player. He's still a player, and he's a younger guy. Yeah, and he's a different personality. He's a different person. He's a fiery personality. You know that. So he probably was getting fired up as they're talking about it. You know, who knows? Maybe Dorsey says, "Well, that's not true what you're saying." Oh, it's true. You know how that shit can go to the moon just like that. They're like, all right, let's kill for today and go home. I mean, it could happen that fast. So
I do think you think this too. I think someone's going to get fired if things don't work out this year.
It could be McDermott.
Well, they could fight. Well, they extended it, but they could let him go, right? Still, I mean, they have to pay him out the door.
Yeah, man, I think they're doing this. I think they've got to wait. Listen, the guy's a good coach. I'm not going to debate that with people. He's got a winning record. He's never really had a losing season since he's been here, I don't think.
Right.
But when a guy gets you here all the time, if your manager always got you $10 away from your goal,
right,
consistently, are they going to some point, and he's the greatest manager the company's ever had, are they going to probably look to try to do better at some point? Yeah. And I don't think that's a problem with Buffalo here. I think these owners, and they're not from Buffalo. I'm not saying that's what it is, but like a hometown thing. But these owners, they lock in with these coaches, and it's like they feel bad, so they treat it more as a family than they do as a business, I guess I would say.
And that's
you can treat people like family, but at the end of the day, man, it's business.
It's a business, right? That's what they were talking about.
Some owners just don't run their teams that way.
The Maple Leafs are in I've said this a million times. They're the Bills. They're the Bills of hockey. Their head coach has one of the best regular season records. Probably he might be right now. He might be the best. Could be top 2 or 3 regular season, incredible regular seasons. Get to the playoffs, he doesn't bring you where you got to go. They kept him this year. One more year with him. So I get it. I think it's the exact same thing in a lot of ways. I mean, what do you do? It is hard because you love the success. How many years these teams, Buffalo included, Bills, that they weren't making the playoffs year after year after year. Now you're making it every year, so that feels good. But
at some point, dude, if you're not taking steps forward, you're taking steps backwards.
That's the truth. I agree.
For me, this year, I'm telling you right now, he might have got that extension. This whole fan base will turn on McDermott if they fail this year. Mark my words. They take a step back, they will fully turn on him. It'll be full blown. The people in the media will do it because they're going to need something to talk about. Everybody will turn on him after they've shown him all this love for 4 years. Watch how fast they turn on this dude. Mark my words.
And it almost has to. It has to have it. It will. It'll have to.
The only way he'll get forced out. The media and everything will get too loud, and he'll have to be or just people just stop going to the games. But if Josh Allen's there, they're not going to stop going to games.
Right, and they'll still win.
I wouldn't stop going. I'd still go.
But they're still going to win. It's what happens postseason.
Right. You're never going to hoist that Lombardi, I don't think, with Sean McDermott as the head coach. I just don't. He's made too many blunders at times when you can't in the most important games.
Yeah. Why don't we?
It all comes down to him, dude. He's the sole person that answers for that. So as far as I'm concerned, he screwed up 2 games in a row, 2 years in a row.
This is where the owner is going to have some strength because he's going to have to. Brandon Beane's going to have to fire him. If he doesn't want to fire him, then everyone's got to go. So that will be. I hope that
doesn't happen because I love Brandon Beane as our general manager.
Right. You don't want it to go that way, but if it gets to the point where they're never, like you're saying,
they're almost locked together right now because they were like this. Their contracts were this. Now their contracts are this. They were like apart at different times, and they just re-upped them at the same time to kind of put them in lockstep with each other.
Strange. I was shocked. Strange. Why don't we take our commercial break? We come back. I want to talk about Tyreek Hill and a few other things. We'll be back in about a minute and a half.
Okay.
Digits 988 can save a life. If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, 988 provides connection to free confidential support. There is hope. The Lifeline works. For 24/7 confidential support, just call, text, or chat 988.
Back. Scott, let me ask you one last thing about the Bills because you're the guy, you're the fan here.
Sure. I got breaking news for us.
Okay, what do you got?
Draymond Green just signed $100 million contract with Golden State Warriors to age 37. 4-year deal.
Wow, so he stays. And they got rid of Jordan. And they got rid of Poole.
I'm not surprised.
I think that's how that all went down. Poole had to go for him to stay.
I didn't think they were going to keep Draymond.
I know. If they had kept Poole, because remember those two guys fought. They fight.
Mm-hmm.
They fight. I really think that's why he did this, and that Poole's gone. And well, you know what? Draymond Green is part of that whole fabric of that team.
Personality I just wouldn't want to have on my team, dude.
Yeah, I know.
It causes them a lot of problems. So I hope he's worth it.
He must. Well, yeah, they've won a lot. So they'll. But 4 years, $100 million. But in basketball terms, it doesn't. It's not. It's nothing.
It's like that's retarded money over there. I'm sorry, didn't mean to say that.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous money that they throw these guys. It's unbelievable, dude.
Last thing I want to ask you about the Bills, and next week we're going to have a lot of discussion about them because we have our guest, and that's going to be cool.
It's going to be awesome.
If the Bills win 12 games, who cares if they win their division or not? Whatever. They make the playoffs, they win 12 games, and they win a round, get knocked out.
12 games, that'll be a lot.
If they end up in the AFC Championship and lose, that seems okay. At least you got to that.
I mean, from the goal, man. It's not okay, but you'll be called getting there. That almost.
All right. But if anything, before the AFC Championship, there's probably going to be questions asked.
I guarantee it. If they get beat in the first round of the playoffs,
oh God, yeah.
Bad.
Yeah,
it'd be bad. What if they don't even make the playoffs? There is always that possibility. We've seen it happen before. I doubt it. But, I mean, we got decimated with injuries last year, and we still made the playoffs. But
as long as Allen,
I think Buffalo's team this year. I'm going to be 100%. And this is not me being a homer. I said it last week. I'm going to say it again this week. They're better. The whole cast of characters that they upgraded that might not have been big prominent names that they added. Dude, everybody they added is head and shoulders better than the people they replaced. Seriously. They got a bunch of offensive linemen last year that threw a ragtag line together, and it did not work. Right. It never worked out. They paid Saffold. He didn't work out. He made the playoffs because nobody would go. Or, I'm sorry, the playoffs. The Pro Bowl. That dude should have never been in the Pro Bowl. He was terrible all year.
Right.
If they gave it to him based on what he did in Tennessee. But they've got a better team. One of the better teams that they've had in the last 3 years. Seriously. Cole Beasley's good, but the other guys like Emmanuel Sanders, I love Emmanuel Sanders, but he was past his prime. Right. He was at the tail end of his career. They probably should have never even assigned him. He was supposed to be a deep threat. He wasn't. Things like that. He got hurt, which you knew he would because he got hurt a lot at the end of his career there. He was getting hurt a lot. But, I mean, I love the guy. I love his personality. He's awesome. I really wanted him to do good with the Bills. But I just think they got a better team this year. So I think the expectation, honestly, should just stay exactly where it is. They should make it to the Super Bowl. Nobody's talking about them, which is awesome. I love that.
I agree with that. I agree.
I hate the spotlight because you get shit talked every single week.
Yes.
It was incessantly last season. They just wanted to talk about how great Buffalo was every single week. And they did it all off season. Mm-hmm. And it sucked.
No.
Because that's like a curse to me when they do that to your team.
Oh, it definitely is. Let's switch over to a not so good story. This is what I know about Tyreek Hill. And you guys can tell me, you probably heard more, maybe both of you. I had heard that he hit somebody at a marina, and where he went, got on a boat or something with friends. He wasn't supposed to be there. They asked him to leave. He said, "Do you know who I am?" And then he hit somebody. I think that's the short, or maybe that you probably know more. Go ahead.
It's not fully the story.
Okay, what happened?
The women they were with got onto a boat, taking pictures, a boat that was not theirs. I think they were taking pictures on somebody's boat.
Okay. That
they didn't even know who the owner of the boat was. It was just there. Because I think it was, I'm not 100% if this is true. I think he was with what's-his-face, his agent, Drew Rosenhaus.
Oh, okay.
It was like the same weekend. They supposedly were together. But maybe he wasn't with them out there because he went out to go swim with sharks or some shit like that. And I guess Tyreek said he wasn't doing it. I don't know if he was left at the marina then and he went out. I don't know what that situation was. But supposedly what I heard was the girls went onto a boat. Somebody at the marina came up and said, you can't do that. And Tyreek Hill, open hand, slapped the guy. And then tried to give him $200 if he wouldn't press charges against him.
That's only 200. Holy
Give
cow.
him $200. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the NFL's asking for the video, so I'm guessing.
I like Tyreek Hill, dude, but he's an asshole.
Yeah. No, he's not a good
He hit his
person.
old lady. Come on. We
He's
already
not a
know
good
what he did to his kid.
He's not a good person. He's just
No,
not.
he broke his kid's arm when it was a
That's right.
little kid.
Yeah, no, he's not. He's just not. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see what the NFL does. If they get this, I would assume a suspension should.
Goodell doesn't screw around, so I wouldn't be surprised if he gets like a 5-game suspension or something. Probably like 3. I'll bet you it's like 3. Goodell will come after him. I think he will. He does.
Yeah.
Goodell doesn't screw around, man. So.
And I think he should. He should get that. I mean, this is ridiculous. I mean, I don't know. I don't understand these guys when it ever ends. Like, you know, I mean, you're just.
Dude, they're more important than you are, man. You know? I mean, come on, dude. Do you know who I am?
Yeah.
Dude, if you use that line, that's the asshole. You're an asshole.
Oh, yeah.
You're an asshole, dude.
I love it when that's said. You gotta love.
And
Yes,
then
sir.
he
You have to use it. Obviously, he doesn't.
What's that,
And
Rob?
he told somebody that tried to intervene, I can buy you and the boat.
Oh, yes, that's right. I forgot
I
about
would've
that.
said, how much you got on you?
Yeah, right.
Really?
Yeah, not $200.
Well, now, what do you got? Let's put your money where your mouth is. I'll sell it to you right now.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, I
if you
hate when
want,
people do. I can buy everything. I own your house. I could buy whatever.
if you wanted to slap me, all right, 200 grand maybe.
You know what would have been even better is after the slap, it was a 120-pound dude who punched him right in the fucking mouth, knocked him off the dock, knocked him off the dock in the water.
Yeah.
That would have been a story, dude. That would have been great.
That's what should happen. Yeah. Oh, fuck. All right. So we talked about him because, you know, he just can't stay out of trouble. He can't stay. I don't know what it is with him. Well, I know what it is.
He doesn't care.
He's just not a good person.
Yeah,
Simply
he's not a
not.
good person. Yep.
Off the field, he's just not a good person.
Yep.
ESPN did some stuff today. I guess we could touch on this because it's kind of sad in a way. These guys will all work again. They fired a bunch of people. Here's the list I have. Maybe there's more. Jeff Van Gundy, Susie Colbert, Keyshawn Johnson, Steve Young, Max Kellerman, Jalen Rose, Todd McShay, and David Polak are the ones I know were fired. And that's too bad. I like Susie Colbert. We were talking about her.
I was really shocked at that.
Yeah.
Susie
I like
Colbert.
Max Kellerman.
Max Kellerman's good. He is good. Good.
He's
job.
great. I honestly, dude, I honestly, a couple times a week, I usually listen to the Keyshawn Will Max show because I like
So
to listen to it. They talk about everything too.
He'll end up somewhere. There's no doubt. He remember how good he was with boxing though. Those years when he was in the way back when it was him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He was
That's
really
really,
good.
really where he made his chops, right? During that,
Definitely.
boxing.
Yes. He was real good. He's good now as this. Steve Young, I mean, these guys are old though. I could see it. I mean, really.
Stevie,
just
I
Steve Young.
get.
Yeah.
get it.
I mean, even maybe like
Keyshawn, no,
Jalen
dude,
Rose-
he's not that young. He's not that old. I'm sorry, I didn't think Jalen Rose was that good on TV anyway.
I didn't either. They even made his own commercial. He got a deal for something where he's doing, I don't know if it was Aflac or what. David Polak, I liked. He had a lot of good insight. It's kind
I
of too
did
bad
like him,
that he
yeah.
got chopped from college game. And Todd McShay was always good as an
Yeah,
insider.
I was shocked at that one. He's been there for
So-
years, right?
Yeah, he'll end up in NFL Network, I guess, or something.
Probably.
Or Fox
I'm sure. Oh, that
Sports.
guy's not going to be. There was probably a contract waiting for him to sign the minute they found out he was being let go.
So Max Kellerman goes. I bet you he'll end up in satellite radio. I could see that. Sirius
Showtime.
XM. Showtime. Yeah, Showtime. He could. Well, what do you mean to do boxing again?
Mhm.
God, I don't know if they could pay him enough. I wonder.
You know what
You-
I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but who knows,
Yeah.
man? Because look what McAfee did, right? He did a show and he was pretty much banking off like the gambling apps and all that was how he was paying the bills. So who
Yeah.
knows, Kellerman could probably do something like that if he wanted to, maybe.
Yeah, I've watched him. He's good. He's all right. He knows his
I like
stuff.
him. I like him. He's like I said, he's got a face for radio, but he's good at what he does. He really is.
Voice. He's got a decent voice, so
Yes.
he's good. And they kept Kendrick Perkins, and I just don't understand.
I like
why
Kendrick Perkins. I think
why
he's
we want
hilarious.
him. Oh
Leave
God,
Kirk alone.
I can't stand it. I wanted him gone, but he just they
I
got
look
to
at
have
him
him.
and I'm like, dude, you played in the NBA.
Yeah,
Like you look like an offensive center
yeah.
in the NFL.
I can't take it. He wasn't even that.
No.
The
I
shit
remember his name, but he wasn't that good.
No, he wasn't. He was.
I remember being a popular player because I know his name, And I only know his name because he was talked about. So
he was a much better college player. I think he came into the NBA with a bigger.
But then it didn't transfer to the NBA. Then.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I enjoyed when JJ Redick and him. That was incredible. That whole mix up there.
Dude, every time Kendrick Perkins comes on the McAfee show, he's on there because he's on ESPN, he's bringing all the ESPN guys on all the time. And he brings them on to talk about sports he doesn't even talk about. And it gets a little lame because he doesn't even want to talk about it. You can tell. Baseball and shit like that. He don't want to talk about it. You know what I mean? But he does. He pulls it off. He's pretty fake about it. It works, but
yeah,
my train of
thought. I don't know. That's too bad. How is that show? I haven't got a chance. Is it still good? Do you still
I'm sorry. The Kendrick Perkins thing. That's what I was trying to tell you about. So every time he brings him on from ESPN, he always does those crazy intros. He's like, and ESPN's biggest racist.
Oh yeah, yeah. He must go now. How is the show? Is it good? Is it the same?
I love that show, dude. I think it's good. I just don't understand how that's going to go on ESPN.
Right.
They do a lot of shit on there that I don't think you can do on television.
I don't either. No,
seriously, like screwing around they do. And if they don't do that, it's going to completely ruin that show and tank it.
Yeah, because all those characters there.
Should have never went to cable television, man. Shouldn't have did that. Too many rules.
We got to check it out someday. I got to check it out.
Tells them, there's going to be a few less F words. Well, you never really use the F word that much as it was anyway, but it's the other stuff that makes it hilarious. Yes.
No doubt.
With the fake conspiracy. They're just shit that never happened that they say happened. And just when they screw around and do stuff like that. I don't know how much of that they're going to do on TV. I don't know what they're going to be held to, but.
Yeah. No, I got
to see. I hope it doesn't ruin it, man, because it's a good show.
Let me ask you guys. I got some NFL players I want to ask you guys about. Both of you chime in. This whole thing is which one of these guys will have a bounce back year? And let's start with the one, Matthew Stafford. Do you think that he bounces back?
No.
Robin says no. What are you thinking about him?
I'm shocked that he's even still playing.
Yeah.
I thought for sure he was going to retire after that.
I know.
He'll get hurt again. He won't make it through the year. And he'll retire. That's my prediction for Matt Stafford, unfortunately. I like him. I don't want to see him get hurt. I think he's going to get hurt, man, because they don't have the team that they had a few years ago.
Yeah, he's coming in hurt. Yeah, right.
I guarantee you, absolutely. But for whatever reason, he's got a chip. He always feels like he's got to prove everybody wrong.
Right.
Because everybody was like, dude, he's retiring. There's no way he's coming back from this. He shouldn't.
Yeah.
Sometimes these guys are stupid. But I don't expect him to make it for a year.
And that means
he's doing them a favor and coming back to be a bridge for the next guy. Right. That, now, I 100% believe that. Who might even take over mid-year? Is that Baker Mayfield? Who's it going to be? Or no,
I don't even know who's there.
Shit, you're right. Who is there?
Who's there? Can you find out, Robin? Who's there?
I don't know who any of his backups are. Oh, that's right, because Baker was there last year. Now Baker's gone.
And he's starting in Tampa.
Right? He only signed a 1 year with LA, right? Just to fill in last year?
Yeah, he's a Tampa starter, yeah.
Right, okay, yeah. So I don't even know who the backups are.
We're going to find out here in a second. So while we're thinking of him, and we're going to get here, let's find out. Here we go.
Didn't they draft some? They didn't draft somebody? I mean, they must have had a hell of a high draft pick.
Yeah,
oh, no, they traded all that shit away. That's right.
Right.
That's what happens. When you sign a deal with the devil, dude, you got to pay the price for a few years.
Who do we got at quarterback?
Let's see here.
I think it was at the top.
Yeah, okay, there we go. Brett Rippon.
Oh, boy.
And Stetson Bennett.
Oh, no, Stetson Bennett.
Jesus Christ. Stetson Bennett they drafted, right?
I guess he's the guy that they're hoping.
No, Stetson Bennett they drafted. Wasn't he with did they just draft him this year?
Yeah, because he was.
Yeah. Okay, that's right. I heard McAfee and them talking about him. He's supposed to be halfway decent, right?
He's got a drinking problem, so it'll be interesting.
Oh, wonderful!
So it'll be interesting. Yeah, I mean,
wonderful. Throw him to LA of all places. With a fucking drinking problem. Great.
He's a winner. I mean, let's give him that. He wins.
He does win.
He's playing on great teams, but he wins. Yeah. With Georgia.
What was the knock on him coming out of college?
Just his size, I think, and his
age.
But I also think this.
Well, that's right, because he stuck around a couple extra years, right? Isn't he older than your normal graduate? Right.
And then there's that DWIs and stuff. There's been those things off the field that are a little bit, people get scared.
What do you mean DWIs? He had more than one?
I believe he has 2. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, boy, you're really treading on thin ice with that, pal.
Now, let's go to another guy. How about Kyle Pitts? Great rookie year. Outstanding rookie year. Now he has Desmond Ridder. Does he bounce back? Robin?
I think absolutely. Even though the numbers looked good, I don't think that he looked anywhere near his potential in his rookie year, which is typical for tight ends. But I think he has a huge year this year, Kyle Pitts.
Scott?
I don't know myself if it'll be huge. I think he's going to have a good year because he's going to be the safety valve for Ridder, which the tight ends always are. But what better safety valve than that guy?
Right.
But huge? I mean, he's only going to do as good as Ridder does, right?
Yeah, it's on Ridder.
I don't know how. I mean, they've got a good running back stable, dude. So if Ridder's halfway decent, they can honestly be pretty good this year.
Yeah, they could.
I like Ridder.
Could be.
All right.
I haven't seen enough of that guy play, so I don't really have an opinion on him yet.
How about this guy? And now I'm going to say right out, I think he's going to bounce back. Najee Harris.
Oh, unbelievably. Yeah.
Because he's got Pickett, and they like Pickett, and I think he's good.
Unbelievably good.
Yeah.
He was a victim of the play calling last year. Well, he got hurt, didn't he?
Yes. And then just, they were kind of not that.
Rookie quarterback, dude.
Yeah. I like him. He's got an attitude about him that you need.
I love Najee Harris. I'll bet him.
Yeah, I think he bounces back.
Take him.
Now, to someone that I'm going to, don't know, Chase Claypool. There he is in Chicago he's got enough talent around him. He doesn't have to be the guy. I mean, you got DJ Moore, you even got Mooney still there. Decent running game. And Fields.
That's a shame. I feel bad for you with that one because I think he's going to be gone.
Chase, yeah.
I think his head's elsewhere.
It might be.
I didn't know all what I looked more into him after the fact. I was kind of happy for you guys. He got out of Pittsburgh, went there, but he's literally doing the same thing he did in Pittsburgh and Chicago.
I unfortunately read that, and I heard it on Chicago because I'll check out NBC Chicago. They have a Bears show, and they were kind of down on him. I mean, it was
not about 100% effort. About all that.
Unbelievable, a guy from Notre Dame. Generally, the Notre Dame player usually doesn't have that going for them. You don't hear that.
Want to play. He's into fashion and shit like that now, or something like. Sometimes they get away from what you know what I mean.
Yeah.
They start thinking they're better. They're better at something. I've already done enough. I'm good enough at football. I mean, I need to go do this. I don't need to worry about that. And then they end up homeless and broke in 5 years.
They'll cut him, right? I think. Even though they wasted that second-round pick, I think they will have no problems letting them go, Robin.
It's a new regime. You kind of have no choice, right? You got to set a precedent because if you let the dude come into camp and do all that and act like that, that's not a good look for your rookies.
Because Justin Fields and him spent a lot of time in the offseason together. That's what they were trying to tell me. That those guys, he was throwing all this stuff, and that Claypool was it. Maybe that wasn't even true. Maybe they were just trying to build.
Sure, it'll look like it.
Yeah, I know. Fields and DJ Moore have been together.
Bad, dude. I really thought that was going to be a match for you guys. I thought that was really going
to
create an upswing for Fields because he needed it, like a Diggs to Allen type deal. Yeah. He needed a better wide receiver to help him out. Help him out. And what a shame. I hate when guys waste their talent like that.
Yeah, because he'd be a perfect number 2 to DJ Moore.
Yeah,
and then Darnell Mooney could be the third.
I love DJ Moore. I love DJ Moore, dude.
He could be the slot guy.
Yeah.
What do your other wideouts look like?
It's Moore, Mooney, Claypool. You still got Jones from last year, the guy they drafted from Tennessee.
So how is he?
He's a good kick
you got a good look at him?
I thought he looked good to me. But
don't forget Cole Kmet.
Well, yeah, they got their tight end, Cole Kmet. So
they really don't need a Claypool as long as they get enough out of their running game, their wideout, and a tight end. They really don't need Claypool if those guys play decent.
I truly think they took Claypool last year because everyone was bitching. You got to give Fields somebody. You got to give Fields. This is a shame. You're not going to have anybody from
the only one available.
And they got Claypool.
He was the best one and only thing really for him, right? I mean, if you were going to take something, he was the best one available.
Yeah. If you could turn him around, he's huge. He's a big guy. I've seen it in Pittsburgh when he played and he watched whatever it is.
Well, I think what they thought, John, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you when you were talking.
No, go ahead.
No. I think they honestly thought, I think everybody thought, like us watching and the coaches and the teams and the owner, I think once he got out of Pittsburgh and went to Chicago and he was the man, he was going to be good.
Yeah,
Like, that's what he needed. Like, he needed to get out of Pittsburgh and then be the man. Dude, he had the perfect opportunity, and he shit the bed. Sorry.
And look what the Bears and the Bears had to go get DJ Moore, which is he's way better than Claypool.
Oh, my God, DJ Moore is the best thing that's happened to the Bears in a long time, dude. I love DJ Moore. He's a great wideout.
He's easily top 10.
Absolutely, 100%. DJ Moore, this is going to be Fields' year. This is going to be the guy that'll take Fields to the next level if he's capable of going there.
Going to the next, yes. This is his digs if they're going to,
100%, dude. Moore's great.
So we'll be seeing. So I think
they got a whole off season with each other and everything. It's awesome. Like, I'm happy for you, dude. I hope they do good.
I want Claypool to be good because I'm an idiot and I thought he was good at Notre Dame, which he was. And then in Pittsburgh, I don't watch a lot of Steelers, but sometimes I'd see him like, oh shit, this guy's good. Look at this. He's huge. He jumps up, get the ball. He's got some speed, but
had decent fantasy numbers.
Yeah, but now I don't know why we're having this issue and they're talking. It's too early.
Kelvin Benjamin, dude.
Yes, that's who he reminds me of. That's who he is, and
that's what he reminds me of too. That's what he reminds me of.
That's a really good comparison. Kelvin fucking Benjamin. That's perfect. Yeah,
he looks like him.
He does. Jesus Christ. Even the same height. They're both.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He totally reminds me of Kelvin Benjamin, dude. Like, had the world by the balls and just throws it all away all the time.
Before we wrap it up here, I have no picks this week, unfortunately. I don't have nothing. Robin, you don't have nothing. We don't have anything this week.
No. I tell you what I've been betting?
What? What have you been doing?
Hardly any money. I mean, I bet if I got 36 cents in my account, I bet it on something. Something I know nothing about.
Right.
Obviously, it's been baseball, which I'm terrible at. But I know enough about enough.
Right.
So I followed stuff, and I look, I checking trends, yada. I just bet on fucking O'Shea Ohtani all the time. Ohtani. I bet him all fucking time. I bet him every game. I bet him to at least get a hit, right? Not home runs. I bet him to get a hit, and I bet Mike Trout to get a hit. Because I know enough about them that they're really fucking good, and they pretty much get a hit every single game.
How about
I've been making little like I turned 36 into 67.
Right.
Because I'm not making much. Right. And that's all I'm doing with it right now. I just keep gambling on those two guys. I did lose the one day because Ohtani didn't have a fucking hit at all. I bet him in the third inning to get a home run in that game that they scored 24 fucking runs and he's the only one who didn't do it. Like,
that's crazy.
I woke up, I said, that's money in the bank. I definitely won. And I'm like, holy shit, he didn't have a home run. Like,
there is no one better than him in baseball right now. This guy batting 309, 28 home runs, 64 RBIs, and he's 7-3. He's a pitcher. He does it all. He struck out 127 guys in 95 innings. He's the best player we've seen in a long time.
Dude, I'm not a baseball guy, but I am so enamored with this dude. Like, I am so amazed by what he's able to do because I had to go look at him. And I go, he looks so normal.
Yeah.
And average, right? Like, he just looks average. It's amazing to me that dude is as good as he is. It's amazing to see that a guy that can be could be the size of fucking Goldberg from wrestling or whoever.
Right.
Could get, even if they knew how to hit, could get up where they're a bet, and that little fucker could outbat them. Yeah. Like, even with, just because it's more really, it's just got to be more based on where you hit the ball.
Yeah.
Right? That's it. Yeah, it's not really the strength factor. It's where you crack it. Money is far from huge.
It's all in the hips.
It's amazing. It's amazing. So
you kind of want to have a big ass, basically.
I heard that. What's that about? Because you got to be
the hips, the whole hip thing. That's where the power.
Oh, I get it. Makes sense. So tonight I have same game parlay. I won $3.62 off a $5 free bet. Because when I'm betting something like baseball, I'm not betting money of my own because I don't know anything about this sport. So I ended up getting a bonus bet, which is why I bet. So tonight I have Ohtani and Trout to record a hit, $3. You kind of double your money.
Right.
$3 gets me $362 gets me $673.
Nice.
I'm just betting it on that to try to see how far I can act. It's kind of getting funny now because I want to see how far I can take it. I did it with like 28 cents a little earlier on, and I kept going, and I thought I got brave and bet something that I knew,
right?
And of course I lost. Well, of course I lost because I fucking think I know and I don't know anything. But So I'll stick
Yeah,
to bet.
sometimes you're better off betting on things you don't know, and it's just like flipping a coin, and you're right 50% of the time.
Yeah. Real quick,
Robin, do you know how many, before you do that, John, Rob, do you know how many bets that I had in my head from Friday to Saturday to Sunday morning to sitting at the computer, and I fucking talk myself out of that bet?
Oh my God.
she
And I
does
bet
it.
the opposite, and I screw myself every single time. I do it all the time.
Constantly.
Now, Major League Baseball's been around for 100+ years, and Domingo Germán pitched only the 24th perfect game in baseball history. He beat the A's, who aren't really good. I mean, that's a really
I
bad
believe
team.
that's 4 now perfect games for the Yankees, right?
I think you're right. And I think Germán is the guy that had all that sticky stuff on his hands.
Yeah.
Yeah,
got
like
10
last
games
week, right? I heard all about that.
Yeah, he got suspended for 10 games. And now
Now,
he
he
comes
was
back
saying
off
what?
the
It was his sweat. Was he saying it was his sweat was sticky? Or was that might have been a different player? What
No,
was
he
on
just-
his fingers?
He was using pine tar to
So,
try and
I have a question for you. So when an up comes out and they accuse a pitcher of that, do they take that substance, a sample of that, and go and find out what it is so that they know of what they're accusing them of is true or not?
I think, well, you can't have anything on your hands at all unless it is your, but
Well,
generally,
what if you misinterpret something on this? What if the guy's a thick sweater?
right.
I mean, we're all different. It's possible. I'm not saying
But his-
thick like pancake syrup, but you know what I'm saying.
well,
Maybe
like,
his sweat's more sticky than your sweat is.
right. He had, well, for him, he had pine tar. I mean,
Yeah. It was,
Well, that's what I mean. Why don't they? There's no protocol in place where when they find a substance on someone's fingers or something, they don't take it and make sure they test it to see what it is.
I've
They don't
never
do that?
heard of it. It's never been done that I know of. No, they check them every inning. Every time
They
they
gotta
check
use weirdest shit in the world to get an edge. I'm sure.
they stir. There is a mixture. They call it the sticky stuff, but it is pine tar, something else.
I heard about that. It's pine tar. It's that fucking powder they use for bowling.
rosin,
And talcum
yeah.
powder, rosin. Yeah.
So he does it. So he didn't need it. Isn't that something? He didn't need the sticky stuff. So
Good for him, dude. See, have a little more faith in yourself, people.
and that's a
Yeah.
lot to do with. And then we're not going to do this because we got to go. But I'm going to say it. That's a lot to do with the steroid era. Some of these guys were just addicted too, and they couldn't get off of it. And
John, we knew people in high school that took the shit.
I know those
Went to
idiots.
high school with guys that look like fucking Goldberg. I keep using his name all night.
Yeah,
They look
right,
like Goldberg, dude. They were bigger than 30-year-old men, and they were
For no-
17.
For no reason whatsoever.
No reason why they didn't even play sports.
No, they were for what I
Really?
know the reason, but I'm not going to say.
You
it.
know the reason. I know the reason. They wanted to be cool. Well, and
Yeah.
some of them now they're old enough. Most of them now are on testosterone because they're at an age where their shit fell off. So now they're all back in the gym again. They're all swole. It's ridiculous.
It's fun. Yeah. All right. Why don't we get out of here? It's Friday night. We're heading into, for anybody that likes hockey, tomorrow is free agency day, Canada Day, July 1st. Tonight is NBA too.
I got another bet.
Okay, go ahead.
Do not bet against Joey Chestnut tomorrow, or for the 4th of July.
Oh, the 4th of July.
If
Yes.
anybody wants to make a bet on that, if the odds I haven't looked, they're probably ridiculous. They usually are. They might have been more competitive during the week.
Right.
Never bet. Joey Chestnut wins every year. I bet against him last year. First time I ever bet that for whatever, because there was nothing else to bet. And of course I lost. But
That's right. The 4th of July. I forgot about the
and,
mustard stuff.
and people, if there's a record that he can break, like one hot dog morning, bet that he'll do it because he seems to do it all the time.
And he has,
My dude's stomach is like, I don't know what it's made out of, but
and he's the
Disgusting.
mustard belt, man.
Jesus Christ.
Unbelievable. All right. Let's get out of here. Like I said, NHL tomorrow is their free agency opens up. Tonight, NBA has opened at 6:00. And then the 4th of July. And then next week, we come back with guests. So that'll be fun.
Make sure you guys have a good holiday, dude.
Yes.
It's summertime, and I'm saying it again on this program. When are you coming to my house?
We're coming.
We're
We're
coming.
coming very soon. Yes.
All
I want to sit on the porch, the back
All right.
porch.
The fucking dogs are yard waiting for you.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, that's Rob. All right.
Dog.
I'll talk to you.
All right, guys. Have a
Take
good
care,
weekend.
everyone.